Hi everybody, how are you? Evangelist Tara back again with a quick video. If you haven't done it yet, like and subscribe, please. And drop any questions you have, as always, in the comments, and I will get back to you as quick as I can. Today, I want to go over actually memory. This is something I sometimes struggle with, and I know almost everybody seems to struggle with, as far as like quick recall memory. Before I get into that, yes, I'm totally in workout gear today. I'm about to go get my butt kicked at 9 rounds kickboxing. I'm gonna try it out. Kind of nervous. I haven't done anything this active probably since I got out of the service. A little bit lazy. I know. So let's go ahead and get into it. Today's talk is actually inspired by a great person you should look up and follow on YouTube, or any interviews you can find with him. Those are really got great bits of tidbit of information. And his name is Jim Kwik. So I watched an interview, and it inspired me to talk a little bit about what he shared to help with memory, and that being able to do certain things like recall people's names really quick, or being able to know everybody's name by the time you walk out the door and be able to say their name back to them before you leave is amazing. I'm going to start practicing his technique that he mentions in his video. But I would like to go over 2 different acronyms that he discusses in this interview that just blew my mind on how to be more observant and how to remember certain things like names specifically. Because you know that you've seen somebody's face and you're like, man, I know your face, but I don't know your name. I forgot your name. But you've never gone the other way, as he pointed out, which is true. I don't think I ever have said I know your name, but I don't remember your face. It's true. You don't. But a really key play on a word that I try to pound into my daughter. It's the word listen. And I think the way he put it hit home for me, because I think in the way that I've tried to get my daughter to listen, I should take a cue from. I think we all as parents, or even if you're single in relationships as your friends, your boyfriend, whatever, if you take the word listen and you have like the scrambled or hangman bar on the bottom of what else that word spells silent. Like, that was a wow moment for me. Listen, scrambled, is silence. Yeah, so not only do we need to stop and quit coming up with that quick response or cutting somebody off in the middle of their sentence and of how we're going to reply, oh yeah, I've done that, but I've done this better. Or like, oh, I'm worse than you at that. Or oh yeah. Stop. Be silent. Observe. Listen. Be silent. Be silent in your mind, not just verbally. Be silent here. And I think that was very powerful for me when I heard it. Might be for you too. So to go into the 2 acronyms that can really help you be successful in remembering people's names is mom and be suave. Kind of catchy. Mom, so like the first M motivation, consequence. And one of the ways that he puts it in his interview is that, like, if, and it's true, I'm pretty sure I would too. I mean, if that was thrown at me, here, hold this suitcase, it's got $1 million, but you have to remember this person's name. Everybody's gonna remember that name, because yeah, we all kind of want part of that. So consequence and the consequences of the motivation. So one of the things he points out in this is that we need to be kind of like, when you're looking at your child and you want to motivate them, you want to observe them, the mechanics, the technique, and that's actually mom right there. So like the first M is motivation, consequence. O is for observation, paying attention. Silent, be silent with this. Observe, look, pay attention. The mechanics, the proximity, the care, like when you're trying to teach your child something when they're just little, like you don't just learn to walk or learn to read. You aren't born with it. You have to be taught it. So another thing he points out that is so vividly true is the fact that we are taught to read, we are taught to study, but nobody actually teaches us how to retain it, how to hold on to it, that there is actual methodology and science to doing these things. And I think sometimes, like the STAR test and all that stuff for the older kids is, just to get to the next grade, it's let me memorize this for now. Okay, next thing, let me memorize that. They don't remember what the hell they learned last year or 3 months ago or last week. So yeah, that was also very catchy, and it's so true. So pay attention, be observant, be motivated to yourself and to your surroundings. So to be suave, a unique practice that you can use even in the grocery store. Like, label people as you see them in an aisle, because you more than likely are going to see them in another aisle. Because you have 6 seconds. He said it's called the 6-second syndrome, which I thought was kind of weird at first. But as he described it, sadly, I mean, it's true. I mean, we're competing. Our attention span is competing with that of a bug. They have a longer attention span now than us because of technology and computers and phones and TVs and programming. It's hard to hold your attention nowadays. And like, if you go through a room and you're shaking like 5, 6, 10 people's hands, hello, how are you? My name is Kelly. Hello, how are you? My name is Kelly. Hello. Do you remember the first person's name? More than likely not. So, I mean, you got to pause with each person and take it in. Be silent. Be silent here. So believe you're going to remember that person's name. Believe in yourself. Believe. The E, exercise. Not physical exercise, brain exercise. You got to practice. Nobody just goes up to free throw line and never shot anything before me. Hello, come on, San Antonio Spurs. Kawhi Leonard, he's obviously practiced free throws. Manu practices free throws. I mean, it's not like he just goes to sleep and 6 months later he gets up, oh, basketball season again. There we go. No, they practice. You gotta practice in off season. So be suave. B-E. Believe and exercise. You gotta practice. B-E. Okay? Suave. The S. Say. When somebody says their name to you, say the name back to them. Say their own name back to them. You. Use it. Use their name 3 or 4 times in a sentence, in a short conversation with them. Say, Paul, that's great. What sports do you like? Oh, that's awesome, Paul. Paul, that's a great shirt. Where did you get it? Something with their name. Use their name. Okay? Ask about their name. That will help too, especially if it's a unique name or something really pretty. Like one of the girls in one of my previous jobs, her name was Letitia. And it is just so pretty and unique. And I was like, wow. And then like a few days later, I knew her name was unique, but I couldn't pin it down because I didn't know this. I had never heard of this. So this is really can be very helpful. I think if I would have asked more or used these steps, it would have been awesome. So the other part of the Suave, so you get S, say, U, use it, A, ask about their name, V, visualize. Visualize something that reminds you of that person. The name Erica. I automatically think of elementary school, a really cool girl that I knew her name was Erica. So I think I could definitely remember like names based off of different visual cues. Jim Kwik, he also mentions like put cartoon images with it, because bringing back that kid point in our lives helps us remember more. Who learns the fastest? Children. They learn everything, even the things we don't want them to. I will admit it up front. Being ex-military, also having grown up a military brat, my father was military police, my mother was civil service. I learned to curse at a very young age. And unfortunately, that has been throughout my life. And now my daughter has started to say some things that I say, and I'm like, oh, that's where it comes from. Yeah. So I'm really working on that. So children learn very, very quickly. Use something fun to remember things. Like her favorite cartoon is Bubble Guppies. I'm pretty sure I could remember a few names just off of that cartoon. But visualize a quick picture in that first, like when you hear their name, when you shake their hand and you're looking at them, quickly visualize. You want to do that, visualize within the first 6 seconds, because otherwise you're going to lose it. You're going to lose that attention. You want to do that in your head. And then the last E, end. When you leave, say their name. That shows you remembered their name. So be suave. Believe, exercise, aka practice, say, use it 3 or 4 times, use their name, ask about their name, like what it means, where did that come from, stuff like that, visualize, and end. Be suave. And also just stop trying to come up with the response. Be silent. Listen. Listen is to be silent. That was a really powerful thing for me, and I loved it. So Jim Kwik, shout out. Totally awesome interview I saw with you. That was really amazing. And practice makes progress, people. I grew up with the saying, practice makes perfect. But I have learned there is no such thing as perfect. Progress, yes. You can get good, you can get excellent, but there is not perfect. So that's what I have about memory, and the other applications you can definitely use this in besides somebody's name. I think for sure just basic conversations with that person. Now you're going to associate that name with the story they told you. Things that will help you relate and build relationships with other people. Especially like if you're a closet gamer like me that just doesn't get out much to talk to people. It can be extremely helpful for building relationships. So that's what I have for today for memory. Mom, motivation, observation, the mechanics, teach. Listen, be silent. Be silent. Your mind is always eavesdropping on your self-talk. Be mindful of that too. That was also like a woo light bulb moment, because we always try to talk ourselves out of stuff or down, talk ourselves down, put ourselves down. Be conscious of your mind is always eavesdropping on your self-talk. Squash it. Do not put in a positive thought when you start to do that. When you realize that's not positive, put in a positive thought. That'll not only help with your memory, but it'll help with your positive drive and your emotions and gaining momentum for your day or for the rest of your day, for sure. And again, be suave. Believe, exercise. Say, use it, ask, visualize, end. That's all I got for you today. I'm going to go get whooped. Yeah, I'm going to go get whooped from 9 rounds of kickboxing. So y'all have a great day. Bye, guys.